Welcome back. The Nigeria Labour Congress, the NLC, is throwing its weight behind the call to probe the petroleum minister over allegation that she spent 130 million naira monthly, making a total of over 10 billion naira in 2 years to maintain a private jet. The president of the NLC, Mr. Abdul Wahid Omar, says the body is embarrassed by the huge extravagance and wastage of public funds by government appointees. He also warned state governors who like spending public funds on frivolities to stop or be ready to face the labor organization. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has denied media reports of a purported charter of an aircraft by the corporation for the personal use of the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Mrs. Diezani Alison Madueke. In a statement, the acting Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division of the corporation, Dr. Omar Farouk Ibrahim, insisted the corporation has not chartered any aircraft for the minister's exclusive use. He adds that contrary to stories being circulated, Mrs. Diezani Alison Madueke has not chartered any aircraft for her personal use or that of her families. The statement, however, makes it clear that there is nothing prohibiting NNPC from owning or chartering an aircraft. On the contrary, by the enabling legislation, the NNPC is empowered to hold, manage, and delineate movable and immovable property and enter into contracts or partnerships with any company. Turning to your health now, malaria has remained a major public health issue in Africa, and it's still a leading cause of deaths among pregnant women and children. Statistics show that 50% of Nigerians suffer from at least one episode of malaria yearly, but health experts advise Nigerians to ensure that they are tested before any medication is taken. At a gathering of health experts in Abuja, the minister advised states and local governments to firmly back efforts by the federal government at reducing the deadly occurrence of malaria.
Living a healthy life for most Nigerians every day of the year has often been with challenges, as they experience at least 2 or 3 episodes of malaria each year. This is why health experts converge on the nation's capital, Abuja. According to them, reducing the burden of malaria in the country should be complemented by state and local governments for any meaningful results to be achieved.
We need, like earlier speakers have said, a more concerted effort to scale up implementation, especially at the community level. This may involve robust multiple prevention strategies driven by significant scale-up of indoor residual spraying.
For us to actually achieve the vision, there must be a tremendous increase in the resources that are being allocated from state governments as well as the federal government for malaria.
While it's estimated that malaria accounts for 60% of outpatient visits to health facilities, many Nigerians are not tested before being given any form of medication. This situation is said to be worrisome and may further lead to other medical complications.
3 years now we've been shouting, test yourself, because malaria cases have gone down. We are not saying fever cases have gone down. Fever cases has remained almost the same, but fever amongst malaria has gone down. That's one success we have recorded. So for you to be able to differentiate the kind of fever you have, whether it's malaria fever, whether it's a fever due to bacteria, whether it's Lassa fever, you have to do a test. So test is not negotiable any longer.
The national coordinator of the National Malaria Elimination Program appealed to pregnant women to sleep under treated mosquito nets. She said this will prevent maternal and child mortality.
We still have 11 out of every 100 women still dying of malaria, is responsible for 11% of maternal mortality, and also responsible for about 30% of child mortality. And of course, Nigeria loses about 480 billion naira every year due to treatments and preventive causes. So when you look at all this, you will find out that it is really bad.
Malaria constitutes a heavy burden on families, communities, the health system, and the nation's workforce. Health experts have therefore called for the support of government at all levels to sustain efforts at the elimination of the illness.
Well, technical colleges have often suffered neglect and deterioration over the years. While originally established to provide the kind of training that reduces the quest for white-collar jobs, many of them have been closed down or rebranded as universities. The Cross River State government is, however, embarking on an initiative aimed at reviving technical education in partnership with an American firm.
Dilapidated buildings, broken down furniture, decaying or damaged equipment. These compose the sad story of the state of technical colleges in some parts of the country. The decrepit infrastructure is what can be seen at the Ikorefangampa Community Technical College in Cross River State. Its purpose was to train these young people to become entrepreneurs with hands-on technical know-how upon graduation. But that purpose appears to have been defeated effectively.
Because of the way our society is, people don't want to go to technical schools. And not only that, because of the way government also thinks, government in many instances have even tried to close colleges of technology, upgrade them to university. After upgrading by name, have they given the necessary facilities that will make them to be able to function like a university?
But help appears to be on the way, courtesy of General Electric, an American firm. Its representatives meet with the government of Cross River State to sign a memorandum of understanding towards rehabilitating the crumbling institution and elevating it to meet global standards.
We also understand that the demands of the market are changing. So the degrees that we may hold may not be the degrees that we require in today's Nigeria or in today's Cross River State. So this institute provides us with the opportunity to build the resources that are required in today's economy.
According to the MOU signed at the council chambers in Calabar, General Electric will build and equip the facility while the state government will see to its day-to-day running.
And this is a very, very exciting, specific and clear step towards that. Putting equipment in place so that students could have proper lab experiences, working with the curriculum so that the students can graduate with backgrounds that's in line with the national standard for vocational and technical training. Putting a building in place so that they can feel good about their experience while they're working towards their education.
Perhaps when these threadbare structures and equipment are revitalized and running properly, it might significantly revive hope for technical education in the country and expand the scope of employment opportunities.
And now to the arts. The International Women's Day has come and gone, but some organizations have dedicated the whole month of March to celebrate women. Lifehouse is one of them. It organized a weekend for art enthusiasts to enjoy works of art and performances by A-list female artists. On Art Review tonight, we take a look at the Women Rising 2014 concert and art weekender.
Celebrating the wisdom, objective, motherly, admirable nature of women through the arts is what has brought this crowd to the marquee at the Federal Palace Hotel in Lagos for the Women Rising 2014 music concert and art weekender. And as they get in the mood, works of art done by different artists surround them, further emphasizing that this show is all about girl power. Most of them show the attributes women are known for, colorful as they are pensive, laced with strong issues she endures or enjoys, especially in Africa.
You can do anything you want to do and not worry about whether it's because she's a woman or because she's a man. But in terms of the arts, you guys are winning.
I'm proud to be a woman, and I believe that I'm intelligent and I'm strong. So whatever I do, I'm at par with everybody else.
Then it's showtime. This monologue, performed by Kemi Akindoju, is an excerpt from a book Abused by Her Husband. This woman, who has had enough, dares to fight back and get summoned by the elders of her community for doing what they term is the unforgivable.
It is not natural. It is not womanly. I said, it is not manly to beat somebody you are stronger than. It is our culture.
A list of female voices lined up to treat the audience to classical, contemporary, and other familiar tunes. It began with Ige,
I was 7 years old when the very first time I sang, I was 7 years old. My father's church, the choir, I was yay high, but it was a brilliant experience for me.
Then she invites Fatima for a duet, an interesting one about cats. Internationally acclaimed poet Basi Ikpe spices up the show with this poem about her grandmother.
Today I remember my grandmother as she attempts to connect with her second children. She finds the only English word she knows from somewhere hidden in the belly of her 4-foot 9-inch body, and instead of "awoke," she greets us with "bye-bye," beckoning us into her thin, clay-colored arms.
She later takes time to explain what inspired her to put pen to paper.
I wrote it when I was living in New York because I was feeling kind of lost, and whenever I think of home, when I'm in the States, home is Nigeria. When I'm in Nigeria, home is the States.
And armed with her guitar, it was Aramide's turn to own the mic.
I wanna be the perfect bride for my man. Wanna have babies and go with him. Wanna be a hero, yes. Wanna be a happiness. Tell me how long will this
While Waje gave them more reasons to let their hair down as she rocked the mic. For the organizers, this celebration is also a pointer for women to rediscover themselves, that artistic side that makes her a visionary.